let's eat the KFC Double Down for every meal, every day. Why not? We're all dying anyway. KFC. Whoops.
What? Did you just start thinking immediately?
Fucked it up. I was in such a hurry to skip the opening.
I mean, you could have synced it up in the game.
No, I couldn't.
But you did it before with the pipes.
Too late.
And loud.
Yeah, I don't want to do it that way though, because it's harder.
Yeah, but what about Concrete Beach Party? We gotta hear their jams. For the last girls on Earth.
What a fucking bop.
I'm upset that I can't just have that be the music that plays in the background. Like, just replace the fucking game music with just that.
I mean, you can. You just mute the game audio.
Just play that. This is what I like about, like, games with, like, really good writing and shit. Like, the DLC tends to have, like, a lot of good shit.
Yeah, all good shit.
Nice about that we don't have it next to the mic.
What are you saying? Why not?
I mean, I thought you were against us doing ASMRs.
Eating chips and salsa, asthma.
What does it stand for? I forget.
I have no fucking idea.
Audio.
A stupid music ritual. Okay. Why did I put it down to 6? We just don't know. Oh, that's a good shot. I do. Quit. Yes, I do want to quit this game. I hate this game. Anybody who likes this game's dumbass. Horizon Zero
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn's a bad game.
Yeah. You know what's a good game? Metro Prime.
Oh, for sure.
Hey, I'm level 50. Boom, look at that. Did it. Super, before you finish the game. Level 50.
I am at level 53 now, I think.
Fuck up.
Although I did not do any quests that you had not done, so I will still be surprised by the event. Sorry about the noise, y'all. We're eating chips and salsa.
Woo woo!
Like, eating local is good and all. I get that. And yes, some chain restaurants are pretty fucking terrible, like Applebee's, but y'all, Chili's is amazing.
Welcome to Chili's. I just saw that Vine.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
That is the new Vine of the session.
Okay.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
At least every session I see a new Vine, so, you know.
And for you guys who know Vines, it's not the original Hi, welcome to Chili's, it's the one where somebody put him in front of a Chili's.
There's an original?
Yeah, he walks into his bathroom like that. But the remake added the music and green screened him to enter in front of a Chili's.
That's a much better Vine, honestly.
It's funny.
They took a good concept and they were like, but what if we refine this?
There's a lot of Vines that are like that. And they're especially funny if you know the original.
My favorite Vine is still Who Is She? But with Jeff Goldblum. Because I think Jeff Goldblum's great, and it's a really good Vine. I think it was the first Vine I ever saw was the Who Is She?
Joke's on you. Well, Jonas Brothers can't break up. They're That's my favorite one.
Alright, so we gotta beat the game tonight. Or, I mean, like, the DLC and the game. So, you know, no pressure or anything, but we have to beat it tonight. What the hell's this? Alright, the only way for Aloy to access Thunderdome! So that's the main quest? That's it? That's the main one right there?
Yeah.
Cool. So what? So you that's just a different quest, or is this a?
That's the guy was like, you can upgrade your spear. That's what that is.
Oh, I'm gonna do that.
So yeah, just follow the path up north from where you are. See?
Yeah.
You can just follow the trail up and around.
I'm gonna warp here, so I'm closer to the main road. Well, that warp takes forever. No, I'm not. Plus
okay,
now.
Wait, look back at the look back at the map.
I should at least probably warp through this.
Can you warp to Oria's retreat? No, that's indoors.
Yeah.
What's the closest place you can warp to? That might actually be at that place right down there. And then you call them out and just sprint all the way up the path.
Yeah. Let's do it. Loaded screen.
You have to do a bunch of stuff to impress the Bannock, remember? The hunting grounds and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we'll have time for all that.
What I don't like is that none of those were help the kick-ass bitch with the drums pipes. None of those were that.
But we just did that a bunch. Oh, but like that quest doesn't count as, yeah.
Yeah, it's not on the list of objectives. Like, come on, man!
There was like, yeah, we don't... She's giving like 8 people tetanus. We don't really want to... Like, she's Bannock, but...
You mean tinnitus?
Tinnitus? Yes, what did I say? Tetanus?
Tinnitus, yeah.
I mean, also that. Have you seen the
yeah, she's like putting a bunch of rust in the fucking air.
which is awesome. So whatever.
I mean, I don't know that rust has anything to do with tetanus. I know it's just like if you get cut by metal, you're supposed to get a tetanus shot.
But if it's like a rusty
because
nail,
it
then you're
covers the
super gonna
bacteria.
get it. Yeah.
But I'm sure if you ate rust, like it wouldn't be good.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it didn't give you tetanus, it'd be a bad time. This episode's gonna be called Crunch Crunch, and then in parentheses, sorry.
Here we go!
Here we go!
Wait, I'm gonna reach a road and then I'm gonna call him out. Alright, battery's low.
Oh.
Shit, who put a wall here?
I don't know when it stopped.
Oh yeah, the audio stopped apparently. For those 13 minutes of silence,
Well, it's not. There's 4 minutes missing, and I don't know why.
for those 4 minutes that are missing, here's just us eating chips very loudly.
Yeah, sorry. So anyway, we were talking about. I just saw Man on the Wasp for the first time yesterday. I saw it on Amazon. I meant to see it in theaters, but like nobody had time to see it with me, and it seemed like a kind of movie that you should see with like friends and a full theater. It was fun. I liked it. You can repeat what you liked about it first.
Oh yes. I said that I like that. Spoilers. That like it broke the trend of recent like Marvel sequels or whatever.
Yeah, I think this was the first Marvel movie where the villain does not die.
Yeah, and the villain like the
Or like no villains die. I guess I should say.
Yeah.
Because like spoiler alert, Thanos didn't die in Infinity War.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. Now that I've disabled the tower, the shield unit back on. And then what are you looking at, bitch? Oh, you're to fucking.
No, use your new.
Oh yeah, the spark thing.
You have a quest even that you'll get experience for if you activate it before you do it. Training. Yep. You have to. Yeah, so you have to immobilize it using shock 3 times. Keep shooting. Woo!
Ow. Fuck you!
That guy's not weak to it. Only the what is it? Only the extended thigh is.
Oh god! Oh,
what the hell?
What
God!
happened to my health?
Got obliterated. Damn.
Well, moral of the story: don't just blindly use the shock thing.
Anyway.
Yeah. Like I have like the Ghost and Lawrence Fishburne. Like they win. They weren't bad people. I appreciated that it wasn't like like the twist that he was working with her, but he was still a good guy. He was like, I'm not gonna kill Hank and Hank's wife. I forget her name. I want to say Janet. Yeah. I like that. I like how they explain how like how they establish even more that Iron Man and the Avengers are assholes.
Yep.
Cause dude just hanged out Cap and they have boom house arrest for 2 fucking years. Yeah. I was like, yeah, dude, they really suck.
I mean, and I get like it's made very clear in Ant-Man 1 how Hank Pym feels about the Avengers and how much he doesn't want this technology to be in their hands. So it makes sense having like with what happened having happened.
It's good that I died.
Yeah. It's good with what having happened, like in Civil War, like that they start Ant-Man 2 with them not on speaking terms, because obviously Hank would have been furious.
Yeah, because of the chance of, like, and he's like, did they get the suit?
Right.
They didn't. I like that. I think they did a good job of like bridging all this stuff from the first movie, like bringing back like the few tropes that were really nice. Like Luis's story. I fucking loved it this time. Oh my god, it was so funny. And there was one thing I was gonna say. What was it? It was we liked it. It was good. I was very pleased with it. It had a lot of stuff that I liked. I mean, I can't really think of any moment where I was like, I'm not having a good time right now.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
It was. What I like about it is that it's one that like it never. The Marvel movies have a recurring problem, not all of them, but most of them, of not knowing quite, like, Ant-Man is the most, I would say, unapologetically comic booky.
Yes.
Like, it's very self-aware, it's self-referential, it's openly acknowledging of how ridiculous everything is.
Is everything quantum with you guys?
Right. And I like that. I think it provides the movie a sense of, in a way, ironically enough, grounds the movie in a way that a lot of the other movies don't.
Yeah.
Like Winter Soldier, everybody loved that movie. I thought it was okay. Because it's so relentlessly like, and Bucky's brainwashed, yo, and he's got a robot arm, and there's a fucking supercomputer that's on tapes, and he's also a Nazi, and I'm just like, at no point, like, I kept expecting someone to, like, wink at the camera, like, we get it, this is dumb, but no, they're all like, this is super serial, y'all, and I'm like, you guys are a bunch of dumbasses. This movie's dumb. So like it was fine. I didn't love Winter Soldier,
Right.
but
Yeah.
people are looking for different things for movies.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we continue, I guess we should like read this. So we can get back
Confirm
to the
that they are in fact named Shelly and Laura. Like I.
Boom! Woo! 2. Shelley Guerrero McKenzie from Laura Vogel. Subject: emissions
What a
short.
weird last name she has.
There's like a lot of clicks in there. Okay, girl, you are never going to guess what happened on my my way home last night. First thing, I heard there was quick detour. Your reaction there reminded me of many moons ago when I was in high school.
In the ancient lands of England with the fairies.
I mean, pretty much. It was in high school a long time ago. I was at IHOP.
Wait, did you know what it was? Home movies? King Arthur and Robin Hood.
You're toned down.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I couldn't tell what I was like. Is it Spamela? I don't know.
Ancient land. I'm sorry,
The
okay?
ancient lands of England. Okay, anyway.
Sorry.
You're fine.
I'm sorry, buddy.
King Arthur and Robin Hood.
I love home movies.
And stick together to each other's souls. Anyway, so I was at IHOP with my best friend Jitsu. I hope you're well. And she was talking about her on and off boyfriend Sean, who she loved / hated because girls are like that, I guess.
Absolutely,
If you're headies.
I like that slang.
And so it was like 2 in the morning, we were inside an IHOP, and she goes, and you'll never guess what Sean said. And our waitress who was walking up just goes, she like cocks one hip out and goes, what did Sean say? And it was the funniest fucking thing. We tipped her so well. She was really funny. Anyway, that's what that reminded me of. Anyway, first thing, these people are like, can you get on with the game, please? You've been talking about Ant-Man at this pause screen for like an hour. First thing, I heard this sound like a herd of killer bees escaping out of a tin can.
No. You should be more like, first thing.
First thing, I heard this sound like a herd of killer bees escaping out of a tin can.
Oh my God.
Then, there was this weird light through the trees. I was totally hoping it was aliens, but nah. It was one of those old blue spectrum LEDs. Looked super creepy on the snow. As it got closer, I heard some yahoo letting out this weird guttural man shriek, as if he were doing some macho primal scream therapy. You know, with 1,000 RPMs between his legs. Damn! Said Yahoo was none other than Dodd 11, our new director of security, or whatever his $20 title is. He was actually riding an old snowmobile. They're like 1,000 times more polluting than a combustion-era car. My expert professional opinion, Blevins is a grade A douche canoe.
Damn!
I decided not to stick the security bot on his flabby rear. After all, he's practically our boss for the next 2 weeks. But Shells, you might want to take a bathroom break now, because you're going to lose it when you find out what I did instead. I was standing right near one of the trail signs, and I could tell Blevins was headed for me. So I reprogrammed the sign to swap directions between Fairy Falls and Purple Mountain. Wicked, right? You'd never get a snowmobile up there. I hope he bailed out hard and had to walk back to the lodge. Guess I'll be filing my very first incident report right before this whole thing shuts down forever. I would let it slide, or I could let it slide, like usual. But then where's the fun, Shells? Where is the fun?
I love Shelley and
I'm
Laura.
so happy for these 2
They're
existing.
great. They are the best last girls.
Anyway, so Ant-Man.
Yeah. What was I saying?
We were gonna get into like it was all cool except like
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
where did she?
Yeah. So in the movie when they enter the quantum realm or whatever, which how does that work? I don't know quantum stuff.
Space.
And Hank is up with Janet. She has this cloak and this spear, and it's like she did not go in there with either of these things.
Well, the spear, like you can tell, she is wearing like the remains. I like that girl was just like yeet. She is wearing like the remains of her wasp suit. So I think the spear, like if you look at the end of it, I think it's actually one of the wing attachments.
Okay. Fair.
And so that's cool. Like she's got the mask and like a lot of the armor, but like okay, so time is weird in the quantum realm. I get that, but does that mean she doesn't need to eat or poop?
Also, that cloak.
And where did she get a loom and thread to spin a cloak from?
Right.
Like, was she wearing
the cloak? Tardigrade hide, and I just had no idea.
Was she wearing the cloak under her outfit?
Broadhead, come on.
Like, it's just like, okay. No, I love this tree. You got it.
Yeah,
it a little
really
bit.
Come on.
So, yeah, I like that they didn't, I mean, I appreciate with the tone of the movie they really couldn't have without ruining the tone, but I do like that they were never like, let's address how she eats and sleeps and poops and exists in the quantum realm. Because in reality, if you were to be that small, like oxygen's not that small. Like you can't, would die. Okay, is your phone going crazy?
Yeah,
okay.
it's just
That's fine. Just put it away from the mic.
Am I on the wrong trail right now?
No.
Ah, I'm on the wrong track.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Woo!
I just want
Jump, fucker!
to...
I just want to fly. Is he not jumping? He's like, no, I'm scared. Fine, you fucking thing. Anyway, overall, good movie. I liked the tone. I like that Ghost was a sympathetic, not even a villain.
Fly!
There you go. I like that she was not even a sympathetic villain, just sympathetic straight up.
Yeah.
Like it was, an honest. Like nobody had to die.
All right. Yeah.
Although at the very end, when they were like, "All right, we got some healing quantum shit for our buddy Ghost," and then some Infinity War.
The
shit.
snap.
Yeah, some Infinity War shit happens, and
I'm just like, how the fuck is Scott gonna get out of there?
right. Well, and also like, is Ghost gonna be? Hold on, I have to fix this. So does that mean like she's gonna be dead when Scott comes up? She doesn't have the quantum healing shit.
I mean, it seems
Or was it like, is this something she needs on a regular basis, or is it something she just needed a little more of?
Yeah. I think it's like a
Even if it's a regular basis thing,
like I think she'll be fine because she was like because they pretty much healed her, so I think it's just to keep the condition at bay.
A piece or something. Yeah.
I mean, if she's in the next one, that'd be really cool.
Right. I want to see. I want to see the fucking like not the boring Avengers, but the fun ones where it's Ant-Man and the Wasp, Ghost.
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, yes.
I hope that's good. It looks good so far.
Deadpool.
If they brought him in somehow, that'd be great.
And
I mean,
and Blink. Those are my fun Avengers.
Your fun.
Yeah. On just a brief 10-word sojourn about the X-Men. I want Husk to be in a movie. Anyway, that's not even 10 words. 10 words. So, yeah, don't die, buddy.
It's fine. They can't see me. I think I have to hack. No, I have to. Okay. I feel like some of the pulses might still hit me from the other ones, so I'm gonna go for. Which one do I want?
That's against shock. I would say just get that one's just general against shit hitting you.
Okay. I am gonna put on that tutorial thing, but I'm not gonna like focus on it right now. Where the hell? There it is. So just shock machines weak to shock damage. I have to do weak to shock damage.
Right. The storm or the extended leg is, and I think that's the only one in this group that is. And you have to shock it into submission.
Come on.
So it can't just be one. You have to shock it to
Bam!
All right, heavy hit, and then a light hit, and then a light hit, and then a light hit.
Should the other ones to fucking heal do reach them here? I was afraid of that. Oh fuck. Yeah, so I gotta get rid of these other ones. Nobody sees me, and no one's going to see me because I am the knight.
Imagine that. I'm invisible.
Keep your breathing. Keep your breathing. Keep your breathing.
My goodness, my gracious, what you understand me, God?
Will it be a blow? Will I have a son?
Congratulations, Mr. Father. Today is finally done. May I announce that you now have a son. I finally have a son. I finally have a Hey, Jazz! Look at the size of his cranium. Oh God. Is there a problem?
Get out of the water!
Well,
Yes, there's several problems!
in case anybody's like, oh, excuse me, what the fuck are you doing? That is Lab Redo, a musical episode of Dexter's Lab.
Oh, nice one, idiot!
That tells Dexter's origin story.
I thought I said to charge. Or I just have to hold, I have to like do it. I have to power it that way.
Yes. Alright.
Get that crit! Crit hit! I wish you did focus the enemies! Yeah, nice try, idiot. Boom! One shot, one kill!
First try?
Did it. But yeah, Ant-Man Wasp is good. It's good. And I'm looking forward to Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I like Ant-Man Wasp. It was fun.
Yeah, you know,
It was fun. It was cute. Looking forward to the. I'm assuming there will be a third. I mean, they said they'll return, but they could just return it on zombie pieces. Like,
I mean, I think
the way Iron Fist is supposed to, but that's because Iron Fist sucks.
Oh, I saw that they canceled.
I haven't seen season 2, but apparently it was way better. And they were like, oh, maybe there will be a season 3. And everyone was like,
I'm kind of sad about
the
that.
only downside to that is that, I mean, again, I haven't seen season 2 yet, so this might not play out. But I liked a lot about season 1, except the main character and the guy portraying him and everything else about that.
Well, yeah,
like, I liked every other character and every other character's arc.
Yeah.
So if they could just have like Iron Man and Pals season 3, or not Iron Man, Iron Fist and Pals season 3, and he's actually not in it.
I
Like,
think that,
I want more of Claire.
Yeah.
I want more of fucking Colleen, and I want more of the Wards. All of that is interesting. Yeah, you're good.
I mean, like season 1, I was season 2. It did. I was season 2 as well. But I was a little sad to see that it was canceled because, like, I think that like they didn't really get like a fair shot, you know? Because season 1,
their fair shot was that every other season 1 kicked ass, and Iron Fist season 1 was an uphill struggle to get through each episode.
Admittedly, Jessica Jones' plot holes still eating me to this day.
Which one?
How the fuck does Kilgrave's power? Just.
Oh God, right? It's supposed to be like, you know, pheromones and shit. You can't send pheromones through the TV, y'all.
Yeah, but
like, I
also,
love Jessica Jones, obviously.
I'm
a big fan of JJ.
How
love the series. Jessica Jones dresses like me, also, first off.
Yes.
Next person who comes up to me and asks if I'm dressed like Jessica Jones, suck my ass.
Yeah, no, like, I was like, why are you with my sister? What the fuck? God, dude, buddy, are you alright? Can you make it? Dude, come on, broadhead. But fucking, like,
I don't.
Also, the inconsistency in her own power. How she gets hit by that fucking car going like 30 miles per hour or whatever, out for like maybe 6 seconds, gets up, walks away. Little like 5 foot, 100-pound shit hits her with a 2x4, she's out for 8 hours. Right. I was like, how the fuck does that work?
I get that getting hit in the head by a 2x4 will literally kill you. Like, people have died that way. You just get hit in the back of the head with a 2x4. But like,
if she's
getting hit by a car would also kill you. So in theory.
I didn't mean to come over here for this, but they blew him over here.
Yeah, careful not to get murdered by these.
Yeah, whatever. Machines can't kill me.
Is that so?
If you guys hear scratching, just pretend that you don't.
He's like, you guys are having fun in here without me.
What the fuck, guys?
I thought we were friends.
Yeah, friends don't pee on other friends' houses.
Yeah, friends don't pee on other friends' floors, pig.
Or in the fucking chair in the kitchen.
What the fuck?
Yeah!
No.
Yeah! I was like, I haven't even home from work, and I was like, I'm already a bad mood, pig. You are really...
Y'all, maybe it is for meds, though.
Yeah.
But regardless, no matter how many meds I was on, I promised friends I would not pee in your chair.
And then walk over without cleaning it up. I mean, admittedly, she can't clean it up, but...
If you really wanted to,
if she really felt bad.
I saw the brave little toaster. Then go to Mars, Pink, and clean up her own goddamn mess.
God, I have not thought about the toaster in a long time.
I think the only one I've actually seen is the one where they go to Mars.
Yeah.
At least I think that's what happens. Admittedly, I was like 10.
Yo!
Airplane, dog.
Can I fly that?
Man, I hope so. Probably not. Okay, it just becomes like Microsoft Flight Simulator. Actually, fuck that. It'd be Jane's Combat Simulator. Those are stalker markers. So I would say instead of going down, just shoot them. Like, set up a bunch of traps from here. And then in front of the markers.
I was like, what? Why would I? Oh,
and
that's
then
a
shoot
good
the
idea.
markers, and if no stalkers show up, you can just pick up.
You might not be alone down here.
Really, Aloy? Do you think? I don't see anybody. Hey, hello, stalkers. I'm hitting your flares. All right, so there's definitely stalkers down there, but
They're not coming. They like see all the traps and they're like, what do you think, I'm a dumbass or something?
come on.
Well, then that means you should be able to, there's a ladder on the other side.
I was wondering how I get down.
Yeah, right there, see?
Nice.
Not a ladder. Falling.
That's a ladder. What are we talking about?
But you should be able to.
I'm gonna jump over there, aren't I?
You should be able to, I think you can jump up if you go around, yeah. So you should be able to put on your sneaky stuff, climb down, pick up all your traps again.
I mean, my plan was just to have them run towards me behind the traps.
And then go back up? Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, go back up.
That wasn't part of the plan. I said it, and he was like, oh.
That's a good idea. You're right. All right, seriously, where the fuck are they?
Damaged. Guess the Banuk already got to it.
You have to go and be like, bitch, give me back those parts!
I just
It's a fighter jet, y'all!
Just punch one in the head. Give me!
Like, what are you talking about? What's a fighter jet? What's a jet?
And I'm like, all right, look, your gods aren't real. Boom. Can we move on?
Right? Don't push me or I will reveal the inconsistencies in your belief systems. And that this is a fucking computer.
And that we're in a game.
I was gonna say, if she can't grab that, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Animal figurine 5.
Anal? What?
Animal figurine 5.
I was like, excuse me?
All this audio thing first. Oh my god.
I hope Dodd Levins died a horrible death. Him and Ted Faro.
Yeah.
They have seriously underestimated my sense of mission. Let's just reset that hololock. Echo, Sierra, Echo.
Could be something around that my focus will see.
Echo, Sierra, Echo. What the fuck does that mean for directions?
East, southeast.
Oh!
You fool.
I didn't ask for a bunch of flying cameras. I need security, not surveillance. And security means firepower. As God is my witness, I will not be caught squirting blanks.
Oh!
A major act of terrorism desecrates these facilities.
Did he just say squirting blanks? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Have all those 1 second audio logs had a whole attached message text thing?
Is this so is this a reply to this?
I think so.
Interesting. Okay, alright, so go back up. Miss Pines, Dodd Blevins. Right now I'm looking at a security drone. It was requisitioned from Faro Automated Industries to serve the needs of the Firebreak project. It is, in fact, one of an entire fleet handpicked by me and allotted for our use by Ted Faro. Yes, the man's so far above you on the ladder that he might as well be God. And I have a direct line to your father in heaven. Now, you and I had a conversation in which I tried to impart to you the sensitive nature of our project. If I recall correctly, you said, I understand, Mr. Blevins. I took you at your word, which apparently was a flaw in my judgment, since you have sent me a goddamn fleet of flying CCTV cameras and a bunch of jerk-off eggheads who think they know more about protecting this country than I do. Now, your technicians are going to provide me with the firepower I need to prevent a major act of terrorism from occurring in or around my facilities. And they are going to do so without increasing our project budget, because, Miss Pines, this is your screw-up, and I am a reasonable man. But so help me, if you add another cent to Firebreak's balance sheet, I will see to it that you personally, answer to Mr. Faro and his board of directors. So I want you to call me back. I want you to leave me a message. I want that message to consist of 4 little words. I understand, Mr. Blevins, and this time, I want you to meet. I got, like, more annoying as I went on.
God, he's a real piece of
Okay, so
fucking
yeah, we have
shit.
to go open the rest of them and
Message
see if there was
recording
shit.
and text.
Okay, go back and go way back to the first one. Like,
No.
this is the first of theirs. No, yeah,
Okay,
no, go back. Yeah, go back to the beginning. Okay.
It's okay. Like, how do we want to start this farewell thingy? We might be the last actual people to ever see this place. Yeah. Hence, songs.
Okay. Dear nobody, as far as I can tell, that's who's going to read this. Those spooky guys showed up today with that creep Blevins to take measurements of our workstations, and next week they start installing Faro servitors to do our jobs. Bye-bye, Shelley. Bye-bye, Laura. See you never. Hope you enjoy basic income. God, it's going to be weird to say goodbye to this place. When Quentin and I split, this was all I had. Thank God for a job where I could sit at a panel and press buttons and cry all day. Which, I think, is why we're doing this. Hiding the tapes of our rehearsals in the dam. These tapes are our memories. Our ghosts. Through them, adding some ambiance, through them, we get to haunt this place. Keep it human in some small way. This control room was where I was sitting when Laura came in dragging an old practice amp and a guitar behind her. Shell, she said. Girl. So I was looking at schematics for this place, and I found the perfect practice space. The acoustics in this place, seriously bonkers. Like, echoing through the entire valley kinds of bonkers. Legit, you're gonna soil yourself when you see it. I remember asking, practice space? Peace. Jelly.
They're the best.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4! Club sellouts and runaway cowards! We see you! Cut it. I forgot the words. Dude. Shells, we started off so strong and then it all just imploded. Well, that's sort of my MO. No heavy stuff. We're switching gears. Band name. We need one.
Dear Nobody, when I took this job, we had to watch this training holo, and I remember probably 2% of the actual holo. At some point, the holo welcomed me to the damn family, and I felt like, A, that was such a missed opportunity because they could have called it a damily and chose not to, and B, the idea that I would ever think of any of my coworkers as family was pretty ridiculous. But then one day I looked up, and automation had whittled 6 people down to just Laura and I was signing papers to dissolve the family I thought I had. And suddenly my last coworker, with her faded tattoos and perpetually arched eyebrows, was telling me jokes, and making me listen to bands I'd never heard of, and cheering me up when I cried. Things were really good when it was just the 2 of us. We used to have these theme days. One time, the sluice gates were open, and we set up beach blankets on one of the catwalks in the intake tower, and batted around this inflatable beach ball I had in my apartment for some reason. Laura messed around with the emergency PA and patched in a bunch of classical surf rock songs. We even put sunscreen on the bridges of our noses. Laura called it the Concrete Beach Party.
Roll credits.
Nice. When Laura brought up band names, I knew pretty much right away that would be our name. Concrete Beach Party. There was never really any other choice.
Oh my god.
Okay, Shells, we're not focusing on that right now. We're recording, okay? We're not even in the band meeting. Sort of counts as practice, right? Merch. We need merch. Stickers! You're not a real band until someone vandalizes government.
If Guerrilla Games doesn't release Concrete Beach Party merch, I'm going to be livid.
Yeah, we have to find
I
it.
need stickers. I need shirts. I need posters.
Are discouraged.
What were you saying about vandalizing government property?
Dear Nobody, we spent an hour plastering our stickers all over that servitor. Well, when I say stickers, they were I say stickers. They were sticky notes from my desk. We stole the presentation and design of other band logos, drawing little skulls and lightning bolts and broken hearts around the name. It's not like we had any actual work to do. When this began, we were told we'd be on-site advisors, going through the motions of our duties so the servitors could mimic our actions. But the government creeps, corporate creeps, same diff, I guess, mostly ignore us or yell at us for getting in their way. The robo-scab's weird oval head kept swiveling towards us, and it kept asking, "Hello, is this relevant to my training?" As we tried to duck out of its line of sight, ruining its chrome finish with sticky notes and shushing each other's giggles. Afterward, Laura stood in front of this thing and goes, "Servitor, this is very important. This is how you greet Blevins, okay? It's a sign of immense respect." I mean, will the servitor actually give Blevins the finger? Probably not, right? But a girl can dream. Screw the man, Shelley.
Oh my god.
Fuck the police!
I love this.
See? Check this out. We could just bang on this pipe, you know? And could we sample that or? Totally. Like, what about after that? Oh, sorry. Just a sec. Laura? I need to take a break. Laura? Hey! Laura!
Dear Nobody, I feel embarrassed now, thinking about following Laura out of the pump station like a kicked puppy, wondering what horrible thing I might have done, until she threw herself into this room and shut the door behind her and just screamed. The fear of abandonment is weirdly self-centered, because it presupposes that little old you are filled with such immense destructive power that you're capable of driving every person you care about away. Anyway, at the bottom of the dam, with her on one side of the door and me on the other, she told me that Metallurgic had bought her mom's house. Her whole neighborhood, in fact, out from under her to build a new server farm. God, I don't even like that house, she said. I don't even like Indianapolis. I hated every minute I spent in that city as a kid. When they told us we'd have to leave the dam, I went back to my apartment and I sat on my bed and I prayed to God I don't even believe and I prayed to a God I don't even believe in that I wouldn't have to move back home, that I wouldn't have to show up on my mom's front stoop with a suitcase and a bunch of stupid excuses. She was trying not to sound like she was crying, but she sounded like she was crying. I guess I got my stupid wish, huh? I asked her where she'd go, and she laughed. Where else could she go? Back home to help her mom pack up the house, to move with her into whatever dank little one-room hole metallurgic's displacement grant will allow them to afford. I think I could have dealt with being one of those losers who celebrate their 40th birthday living in the house they grew up in, but now I don't even have that. I had no idea how to make her feel better, so I just sat on the other side of the door and I started singing the song we were working on. The one about being the last 2 girls on Earth. And eventually, she started singing along.
Oh my god.
Love, Shelley.
I mean, this is it. We get to play together, what, maybe 2 more times? Nah, shucks. Farewell tour! Reunion tour in like 6 months. Let's do it outside. For our adoring fans. It's not that hard to stay in touch, Shelley. We could practice in holospace. People always say that.
Dear nobody. We got in a fight, Laura and I. After practice, we went out for drinks. There's this row bar in downtown Cody, so we called an auto car and shuttled over. We were the only people there. With the park closing, Cody's becoming a ghost town. The more we drank, the more passive-aggressive our banter became, snowballing out of our control, metastasizing in the empty air between us. And then, before either of us really knew what was happening, we were yelling at each other. I kept thinking, like, I'm not abandoning her, she's abandoning me. And I guess she was probably thinking something similar. We got quiet for a while, drank more. Eventually, Laura ordered an auto car and we piled into it, slid as far from each other on the back seat as we could, arms crossed, staring out the window. And then I heard myself saying, screw it. I don't care if you stay in touch with me. I'm going to stay in touch with you, whether you like it or not. You're not getting rid of me. Ever. Laura looked at me for what felt like ages. I thought she was going to start yelling, but then her hand crept over mine and we just sat there together. Bottoms up. Shelley.
Oh my god.
Oh,
my god.
I love them.
Ah!
Right.
Blevins!
Skip Blevins is bullshit. Okay, scroll down. We don't have time for the whole song.
Overflow Basin
It's
Studios.
amazing! And
Alright.
it's just built up to it.
Alright, here we go. Shut up.
A 1, 2, 4. Court sellouts and runaway cowards, we've seen your type before. You remove us from the premises, but it's us who's showing you the door. You make the world so hard to live in, then act like we should crave a spot. But if we're not good enough for your world, we think your world can rock. Trapped in a circuit of hell, we still know our worth. Meat and bones don't sell. We're the last girls on earth. Big dudes who draw big paychecks. We're all real impressed. You sing your almost epic concrete beats until there's no one left. You G-men, you're such rock stars. We think it's super cool when you replace us and then you act like we should be making you. Trapped in circular hell, we still know our worth. Meat and bones don't sell. We're the last girls on earth.
Last Girls on Earth by Concrete Beach Party, recorded in the Overflow Basin Studios. Laura Vogel on guitar, Shelley Guerrero McKenzie on Vox. Electronics/percussion, courtesy of the magical power of automation. Loss of livelihood, also courtesy of the magical power of automation. It's been real. XOXO. Bye.
Beautiful. I think
thanks.
that's the last one then, right? And yeah, this is the ones that we were like, no, that one was just an audio, but then I said the ones where she was like, wait, no.
Okay. Let me begin by spelling out disaster for you. A destructive event causing a level of disturbance unmanageable via, this is the annoying guy, unmanageable via the application of ordinary resources. What you have given us is distinctly ordinary. Dummy's version, give me what I need, or you'll be on an auto car to lay off city quicker than you can say code red. List, one more time. 3,000 MREs, no lasagna. 30 military-grade flashlights, no more junk store crap. 10 portable water pumps, not 5, not 8, 10. 50 tubes of fungicide. We're working underground. Spores happen. 15 hydraulic jacks. 12 replacement drone propulsion units. 50 holographic microdrives. In a disaster, see definition above. It's absolutely critical to track all ingresses and egresses out of the facility. I take our safety seriously, even if you don't. 50 almond-scented, extra soft data corrupted.
God, I hate him. He's such a
If
piece
the
of-
audio in this episode is like really fucking loud, I'm sorry. I don't know why it's like that. I've turned the gain like all the way down, and I don't know like what the problem is.
Okay, but so here, yes, remember when we were like in Italy, I guess she just like maybe she hadn't come in the studio at all, but they actually do have like things for her. Yeah.
Okay, so if Blevins reconfigures the pattern on the lambent orbicular door access one more time, I'm going to vomit all over it. Sure, I don't want some gift shop employee rooting around in the firebreak facility, but these measures aren't about security. They're about control. I wonder if Blevins gets in early to watch everybody try to solve the new pattern perched over his little camera array in his big boy office. What a bridge troll. You'd think that a fraction of his fancy drone budget could go toward buying him some classier body spray.
That's what that spray was. Wow, what a piece of shit.
Almond-scented crows. God help me and Kenny if he ever finds out about us. I had an argument with Kenny this afternoon. When a couple's first fight hinges on the Turing Act, you know you're dealing with some real sexy nerds. I won the argument, I guess, but I'm less concerned whether or not I can pull this off than with the ethical implications of succeeding. I promised Kenny that the suite of coping mechanisms I've developed will help manage any emotional fallout from the software, but privately I'm less confident. I'm a programmer, not a friend. The minutiae of robotics do seem less relevant when a refusal to supply Firebreak with the necessary conditions for its success comes at the cost of millions of lives. Oh, what did I say? The minutiae of robo-ethics do start to seem less relevant when a refusal to supply Firebreak with the necessary conditions for its success comes at the cost of millions of lives. It's worth putting one consciousness at risk to save so many others, isn't it? Ugh, trying to solve this with numbers makes me feel like a sociopath.
What?
It's just
Oh, yeah, that was what we got.
Alright, that's it.
Oh, yeah, so now, so hey, how do we have enjoyed data? I mean, honestly.
This episode is called Data Corrupted. Or I don't know. It's called something that directly references the fact that
Concrete Beach Party expanded.
Yeah. Why is this so loud? Like, I'm looking at the waveform for the recorded audio. The gain is all the way down at 0, and the input on in Audacity is at 0.15.
It's at this picture right here.
It's at 0.15, and like, and it's just, we're hitting, no matter what I say, like, I'm talking this, at this level, it's popping into the red constantly. I don't know what's up.
Could use my focus. See what it turns out.
Help me!
What the hell is wrong with your
I don't know!
It's Audacity being like, you're going to put the fucking game
Let me
away.
turn this, like, even further down.
There's another joke.
Okay, the recording volume is at 0.2, and the gain is all the way down. Let me turn it
fly it out of here, right, Aloy?
all the way in the opposite direction. That's even worse.
Shouldn't be hard to remove.
Okay.
That part is terrible. I just snapped it up, and then what? That's the home security.
Good fighter jet. Nice.
Ban him.
Is it about banning what's his butt? Kenny, I get it, okay? I really do. Faro is Firebreak's patron. Blevins is Faro's lapdog. Circle of ass kissing, blah, blah, blah. But if you allow Blevins to remain on site, installation is going to take twice as long as we're budgeted for. And I don't know how deep Firebreak's pockets are, but I can guarantee you they are not bottomless. We've just got done recalibrating the entire fleet. The entire fleet, Kenny! Why, I imagine you're wondering. Oh, Kenny, I'm so glad you hypothetically asked. Blevins was unhappy with the baseline behavioral routines of the security drones. You know, the ones he selected himself. Not aggressive enough, he said. I doubt a Rottweiler mounted on an ICBM would be aggressive enough for him. So we patched in some combat behaviors, which, let me tell you, was not easy. Basically outfitted these things for war. Think about that, Kenny. Bleeding-edge combat drones patrolling an empty wilderness. Also, Blevins can play Army on Firebreak's dime. I'm begging you, Kenny. Find a way to bar him from the hangar. Please.
I appreciate this like a microcosm of you know, like the whole like world, like the world outside of this with Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah,
just
for sure.
Someone from Faro being a fucking incompetent asshole. And we're just trying to do their fucking jobs.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do a test thing here, so stop. Don't do anything. I'm gonna stop all the input for everything.